Hello, dear friends. The financial issue is highly controversial because it is full of misunderstandings. Opinion piece: money addiction, a hard track, fear of not having it, divine providence, compulsive obsession, economic needs, withdrawal syndrome, tool of exchange. We need to eat and sleep. Let's start. Money addiction, also known as greed, is a compulsive and obsessive behavior characterized by an uncontrollable desire to accumulate wealth and material possessions. Money in itself is not bad, but money addiction can be pathological. It occurs when a person develops a disproportionate dependence and obsession with it. Avarice or greed is an excessive desire to possess and acquire wealth in order to hold it. Money is only a tool to facilitate the exchange of goods and services. But money addicts are often obsessed with obtaining more and more funds, regardless of the negative consequences it may have on their personal lives, relationships, or health. Money addiction is considered a psychological disorder and can manifest itself in different ways. Some addicts may be constantly preoccupied or worried with making money, working excessively to earn more income, or making risky investments in search of quick profits. They may experience a sense of euphoria when obtaining money or material possessions, but also anxiety or irritability when experiencing financial losses. This addiction can have serious repercussions on a person's life. It can negatively affect personal relationships, as the money addict may prioritize the pursuit of wealth over the quality of their human relationships. It can also lead to social isolation, depression, chronic stress, and even health problems. Withdrawal syndrome. According to Digger Barr, people get very upset when you mess with their money and react to financial situations based on their attachment to it. Like a drug, money creates withdrawal symptoms that produce panic and chaos as a mental and emotional response. While money itself is not a drug, compulsive and obsessive behavior towards money can generate drug withdrawal-like symptoms in some people. These symptoms can manifest on a mental and emotional level, presenting panic, anxiety, and mental chaos. This can be related to an emotional and psychological dependence on money. Some people may have associated money with their personal value, identity, or security, which intensifies the anxiety and panic responses when they feel they are losing or lacking money. Money can provide a sense of security and control in people's lives, and when there is the possibility of losing that security, it can trigger immense mental and emotional responses. We need to eat, sleep, and stay safe. Others may need medical attention. If my pecunium is taken away, my conscience will turn to what I need to do to meet my basic needs: food, water, or shelter. When faced with the possibility of losing money or lacking it, concern about how to meet those needs becomes paramount. It is the same thing that homeless people in extreme poverty face every day. They struggle daily to obtain the resources necessary to meet their basic needs. Their primary concern is finding food, clean water, shelter, and medical care. In addition to financial assistance, it is critical to provide adequate support and resources to address basic needs and give them the opportunity to lift themselves out of these difficult circumstances. Exchange. Money is simply a tool that facilitates the fair and equitable exchange of goods and services in a society. However, Attachment to money is based on symbolic and emotional meaning. Some people may develop attachment to money because of the belief that having more money gives them power, security, social status, or happiness. This belief may lead to obsessive and compulsive behavior in pursuit of accumulating more funds. In addition, attachment to money may also be related to deeper psychological and emotional aspects, such as fear of scarcity, a sense of lack of control, or a need for security. This can lead to worry and anxiety, or a sense of identity and self-worth based on the accumulation of wealth. Anxiety. Anxiety about money is not when we have it, it is when we don't have it. It is about lack. It is the fear of not having it. This worriment with financial scarcity can lead to anxiety, stress, and emotional discomfort. The fear of not having enough funds can arise from a variety of circumstances, such as lack of employment, job instability, debt, unforeseen expenses, or the inability to meet basic needs. This can negatively affect a person's quality of life and lead to a state of constant distress, difficulty relaxing, insomnia, lack of concentration, and poor personal relationships. Money anxiety can affect people of different economic status. It is not only limited to those facing situations of poverty or extreme financial hardship, but also can affect people with high incomes who are afraid of losing their status. Philosophy. According to Emilio Carrillo, money is an energy that allows things to be done, but it has a set of rules like any other form of energy. Money seems scarce, but it is abundant like all energy. What rules is abundance, not scarcity, because all energies are abundant like everything that surrounds us, and like all creation. All you have to do is to perceive it, is to trust in life, and you will see that money comes into your life in exactly the amount you need according to your consciousness and evolutionary process. So, trust life, and the amount of money will come to you in the amount you require according to your process. If what the mind calls a little or a lot arrives, it is for a reason. Don't focus so much on what you have. Focus on how you get it. And don't forget that there is another universal rule based on sharing. Share and you will receive. But if you do not share, you will not receive, and you will no longer have what you have. In quotes, to him that hath shall be given, and from him that hath no hat, the little hat he hath shall be taken away. Said Christ Jesus. This phrase is based on the importance of sharing. We all have gifts and talents, and we have them to share. When you share without looking for a return, then you receive. And what you receive, you share again, and so on. That is the cycle of life. Money may require a form of energy that allows us to do things, and there are rules and dynamics associated with its flow. Some people live in the idea that abundance is a universal force, and that money, as part of that abundance, can flow to us as long as we trust life and are in tune with our evolutionary process. The idea of sharing and receiving is also common in many traditions and teachings. The act of selfless giving can generate positive energy and open us to receive more in our lives. By sharing our gifts and talents with others, we not only benefit others, but also create a flow of positive energy that can come back to us. According to Steve Biko, humankind's growth does not stop with the sudden acquisition of wealth. If anything, sudden wealth would be a great initiation. Every time you expand your consciousness or move to the next place, you have to get rid of a lot of darkness that was keeping you from being there. And to get rid of it, you have to find it and leave it free. Divine Providence, the treasury of holy poverty, is a concept associated with the spiritual richness of Saint Francis of Assisi in the 13th century, who embraced poverty as a spiritual value and experienced the life of material renunciation in pursuit of greater spiritual elevation. For Saint Francis, poverty was not a lack of material resources, but a way of life in which desires are abandoned in order to operate on the essentials. Saint Francis pointed out that poverty was a path to humility, freedom, and total dependence of divine providence. For him, the true treasure lay in stripping away material consents and finding a deep connection with spirituality. This does not imply that misery is a desirable goal. Divine providence is God's care for creation and its creatures. According to this belief, the Creator is involved in overseeing and guiding the affairs of the universe and of each individual, such as the governance of the world, the destiny of people, moral order, and the provision of welfare. The notion of divine providence is found in various traditions, such as Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Some believers see it as a detailed plan, but others may take a more flexible view, seeing God as guiding and working in tandem with human decisions and actions, without everything being predetermined. However, this belief can raise philosophical challenges, such as the problem of evil and free will, which question how to reconcile the existence of suffering with the idea of a benevolent and omnipotent providence. News. The horseman of the storm, the storm rider, is a bad translation. The storm rider predicts the arrival of the great collapse for this year and the arrival of the golden age of free energy and medical beds for 2025. Leaders of some 20 world intelligence agencies are said to have met secretly in Singapore. Global tech giants develop a large open source software ecosystem. RFK Jr. writes that every decision on Ukraine seems to be intended to prolong the war. Police interrupt a children's choir singing the US anthem because it might offend someone, in quotes. The EU could disappear as a global economic player because of the high cost of energy. EU boosts its production of algae as a carbon-free protein source. Qatargate protagonist accuses Spain and 4 other countries of spying on the Pegasus committee. Taiwan detects 15 Chinese fighter jets and 7 Chinese warships in the vicinity of the island. More than a dozen people arrested in Hong Kong on the anniversary of the Tiananmen massacre. NASA's UFO think tank has investigated nearly 800 mysterious reports. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.